Because what I'm about to tell you today, it's going to shift something inside you that's been sitting crooked for a long time. You've been staring at that man, haven't you? Watching him, studying him, trying to figure out if what he feels for you is real or if you're just decorating his life until something better comes along. You've been asking your girlfriends, do you think he loves me? You've been reading his texts twice, 3 times, trying to decode a period at the end of a sentence, like it's the Da Vinci Code. You've been laying in bed at 2 a.m. asking God, is this the one, or am I fooling myself again? Sister, I hear you. I see you. And today, I'm going to give you the truth. Not the sugar-coated, feel-good, greeting card version. The real one. The one your mama should have told you, and your daddy should have shown you, and nobody ever did. Because here's the brutal truth. A man in love doesn't leave you guessing. A man in love doesn't leave you decoding. A man in love doesn't leave you crying in your car at a Target parking lot, wondering where you stand. When a man is falling in love with you, every single one of them, every last sign. And once you see it, you can't unsee it. Once you know it, you can't be fooled again. So sit tight, baby. Let me break this down for you the way only Steve can. See, here's what nobody wants to tell you about men. We are simple creatures. We are not the complicated puzzle women think we are. Women, y'all are the complicated ones. And I mean that with all the love in my heart. Y'all got layers. Y'all got feelings underneath feelings underneath feelings. A man is straightforward. If he's hungry, he eats. If he's tired, he sleeps. If he wants you, he shows up. If he loves you, baby, the whole world is going to know it because he can't hide it even if he tried. And that's what I need you to hear today. A man cannot hide love. He can hide lust. He can hide interest. He can hide attraction. He can hide guilt. But love leaks out of a man like light through the cracks in a door. You can't stop it. You can't cover it up. You can't disguise it as friendship or convenience or we're just talking. When a man is falling, he is falling in front of everybody. And the first person who should see it is you. Now, here's what's been happening. Somebody taught you to overlook it. Somebody taught you to make excuses. Somebody taught you that love has to be earned, chased, begged for, worked for, sweated for. Somebody taught you that if a man is confusing, that's just what men do. Let me tell you something, sister. That is a lie from the pit of hell. A confusing man is not a man in love. A confusing man is a man who is convenient with you, but not committed to you. And I need you to write that down and put it on your bathroom mirror. Let me break down what's really happening inside his mind when he's actually falling for you. Because ladies, we don't fall the way you fall. Y'all fall like a leaf, slow, spinning, drifting, taking your time, appreciating the ride. A man doesn't fall like a leaf. A man falls like a piano out of a 5th-story window. Boom, loud, sudden. And once he hits the ground, he's not getting back up. That's the difference. When a woman is falling in love, she talks about it. She tells her friends. She writes in her journal. She plays the sad songs and the happy songs and the songs that remind her of him. She processes it out loud. But a man, when he's falling, he doesn't have the words. He doesn't have the vocabulary. He hasn't been taught how to express what's happening to him, so he shows it. Everything he cannot say, he does. Every emotion he cannot name, he acts out. And that is the one sign. That is the whole secret. That is what I want you to look for. A man in love becomes an action. He stops being just a person and starts being a verb. He is doing, he is showing, he is arriving, he is protecting, he is providing, he is planning, he is calling, he is texting, he is remembering, he is anticipating. He is standing between you and the world like a wall built out of nothing but the fact that you exist. That is love in a man. That is the sign. Not what he says. What he does when nobody's clapping for him. Now listen to me carefully, because this is where women get tripped up. A lot of you have been listening to what he says. You've been holding on to his words like they're a receipt from God. He told me he loves me. He told me I'm the one. He told me he's just going through a lot right now. Baby, words are cheap. Words don't cost a man a thing. A man will say anything at 11 p.m. that he won't remember at 11 a.m. But his actions are the invoice. His actions are what he's actually paying for. And a man only pays for what he values. So the first sign that a man is falling in love with you, the biggest, the loudest, the one that every single man shows without exception, is this. He starts protecting your peace. He starts guarding your name. He starts making your life easier just because you're in his life. He doesn't announce it. He doesn't hashtag it. He just does it. You go to the car and the gas tank is full. You mention you're tired and he stops asking you to drive over. You tell him about a stressful day at work and he shows up with your favorite food, no questions, no invitation, no you want me to. He just knows because he's been paying attention, because you have become his study. I knew a woman once, let's call her Maya. Maya had been in a situation for 2 years with a man who told her every week that he loved her. Every week, like clockwork. He'd send a good morning beautiful text. He'd tell her she was the one. He'd tell her he wanted forever. And Maya, she believed him. Because when a man says forever, a woman wants to believe forever. But here's what Maya didn't realize. In 2 years, that man had never met her mother. In 2 years, that man had never introduced her to a single one of his friends. In 2 years, that man had never once shown up to something that mattered to her. Her sister's graduation, he had to work. Her promotion dinner, he had a headache. Her grandmother's funeral, he sent a text sister to a funeral. Then Maya met a man named David, and David didn't talk much. Wasn't the type to send those flowery paragraphs. Didn't post her on Instagram. In fact, in the first month, Maya was almost convinced David wasn't that into her because he wasn't running his mouth about it. But here's what David was doing. David was showing up. David was there. When her car broke down at 6 a.m. on a Tuesday, David was there in 20 minutes. Sleep still in his eyes, tools in his hand. When she got the flu, David dropped off soup on her porch, didn't even ask to come in, because he knew she didn't want to be seen looking rough. When she mentioned offhandedly that her favorite author was doing a reading downtown, David bought 2 tickets before she finished the sentence. Not because he loved that author, because he loved her. And that's when Maya learned the difference. The first man loved the idea of her. The second man loved her. And you can always tell the difference, because the man who loves the idea of you will talk about you, but the man who loves you will move for you. Now hear me on this, because I don't want you to miss it. When a man is falling in love with you, his time starts belonging to you, not in a controlling way. Not in a possessive way, in a natural way. See, a man's time is the most honest thing about him. A man will tell you he's busy. A man will tell you he's stressed. A man will tell you he's got a lot on his plate. But a man who is falling for you will find time. He will make time. He will manufacture time out of thin air. Because you have become the thing he's rearranging his life around, whether he admits it or not. You want to know if he loves you? Look at his calendar, not his mouth, his calendar. Where's he investing his hours? Where are his weekends going? Who is he thinking about when he wakes up? And who is he thinking about when he goes to sleep? A man's love is spelled T-I-M-E, because a man understands what a woman doesn't always understand. Time is the one thing he cannot get back. Money he can make again. Energy he can rest and restore. But time, once a man gives you an hour, that hour is gone forever. And a man doesn't give away his time to a woman he doesn't love. He just doesn't. Y'all can twist and turn it 1,000 ways. That is the truth. So the next sign, the one that every man in love shows, is he starts making room. He rearranges his life to fit you in it. He was going to the gym on Saturday mornings. Now Saturday mornings belong to breakfast with you. He used to watch the game with the boys on Sunday. Now the boys are welcome, but they're welcome at his place because he wants you close. He used to be a solo traveler. Now every trip has a "you should come" attached to it. He is building you into his rhythm. And a man does not build a woman into his rhythm unless he plans on keeping her in it. Sister, I want you to understand something. Men build. That's what we do. We are builders by nature. We build businesses. We build houses. We build reputations. We build empires. And when a man falls in love, he starts building a life. And you will know he's building a life with you because he starts using words like we. We should try that restaurant. We should take a trip. We should get a place with a yard. We should. We should. We should. That word, we, is the most romantic word in the English language when it comes out of a man's mouth, because it means he has done the math. And the math says you are part of the future. Now here's where a lot of you get in trouble. Some of you are dating a man who says I instead of we. I'm going to buy a house. I'm planning a trip. I'm thinking about relocating. And you're standing there thinking,
where do I fit in this?
Sister, if you have to ask where you fit, you don't fit yet. A man who is falling in love with you does not have to be reminded to include you. He is already including you. He is already imagining you in the passenger seat. He is already picturing you in the kitchen. He is already thinking about what your kids might look like. He doesn't say all that out loud because a man doesn't always know how to say all that out loud, but it's in him. It's already in him. Let me tell you about another woman. Let's call her Rachel. Rachel had been dating this man for about 8 months. Nice man, handsome man, successful man. But Rachel kept feeling something was off, and she couldn't put her finger on it. Everything looked right on the outside. He took her to nice dinners. He said the right things. He introduced her to his coworkers. But Rachel had this nagging feeling, and Rachel is a smart woman. So she paid attention to that feeling. One night they were sitting on his couch, watching a movie, and he was scrolling on his phone, looking at real estate. Big, beautiful house, 4 bedrooms, backyard, pool. And Rachel, thinking they were on the same page, said, "Oh, I love that one. Look at that kitchen." And that man, without looking up, said, "Yeah, I've been thinking about buying next year. Not we, not us." Rachel just sat there, nodded, smiled, didn't say a word. But inside something clicked, because that man in that moment told her the whole truth. He was building a future. She was in the present. 3 weeks later, Rachel ended it, not with a fight, not with drama. She just told him, "I don't think we're building the same thing, and I'd rather be single than be a placeholder." And you know what he did? He apologized. He begged. He said, "I didn't mean it like that." But baby, when a man doesn't mean something like that, he doesn't say it like that. His mouth had already told on him. His mouth had already leaked what his heart wasn't willing to admit. Rachel walked away, and within 6 months, she met a man who used the word "we" from the third date. We should try that place. We should plan for the holidays. We should think about a dog, and that "we" wasn't presumptuous. It wasn't fast. It was natural, because he was already all in, and he was letting her know. That is what love sounds like coming out of a man's mouth. Not "I love you." We. That is the tell. That is the sign. Now let me talk to you about the next sign. And this one, sister, this one is going to hit different, because this is the sign a lot of you have been missing. When a man is falling in love with you, he starts caring about the details. And I don't mean the big obvious details. I mean the small ones, the ridiculous ones, the ones you didn't even know he was noticing. A man in love notices that you take your coffee with 2 sugars, not 1. A man in love notices that you sleep on the left side of the bed. A man in love notices that when you get anxious, you play with the ring on your right hand. A man in love notices that your voice goes up a little when you're excited and down a little when you're hiding something. A man in love becomes a student of you. He is studying you like you are his major in college, because that's exactly what you are. And here is the truth that I need you to write down. A man who is not in love with you is not paying attention. He is not studying. He is not noting. He does not know your favorite flower. He does not remember your best friend's name. And he could not tell you your mother's birthday if his life depended on it. Because he's not listening. He's not present. He is in the room with you, but he is not with you. And you can feel that, can't you? You can always feel when a man is with you, but not with you. Because there's a coldness inside the warm. There's an absence inside the presence. There's a not really here underneath the here. But a man in love, he is present. He is in the room in a way that fills the room. When he looks at you, he sees you. When he listens to you, he hears you. When you speak, he doesn't interrupt to fix it. He doesn't rush to solve it. He just holds space. Because he has learned that sometimes you don't need him to do anything. You just need him to be there. And that is a level of emotional maturity that only comes when a man is truly, deeply falling. Now, ladies, I want to pause right here and tell you something important, because I don't want you to walk away from this and start grading every man you meet with a checklist. That's not what I'm doing today. I'm not giving you a checklist. I'm giving you a lens, a way to see. Because too many of you have been walking around with your eyes on the wrong things. You've been looking at his job. You've been looking at his car. You've been looking at his height. You've been looking at his smile. You've been looking at how he makes you feel in the first 30 days. But sister, the first 30 days will lie to you. The first 30 days will sell you a dream. Any man can pretend for 30 days. Any man can put on the show for 30 days. But nobody can pretend for 6 months. Nobody can pretend for a year. The truth always comes out. The truth is always in the ordinary days. Not the anniversary dinner, the Tuesday. Not the birthday getaway, the random rainy afternoon. That is where love lives. In the ordinary, in the boring, in the everyday. So when I tell you a man in love shows one sign, I don't mean one dramatic moment. I mean 1,000 small moments that add up to a life. I mean the way he texts you when he lands from a flight. I mean the way he saves you the last piece of dessert. I mean the way he holds the door, not just the first month, but the 60th month. I mean the way he mentions you in conversations you're not even in. I mean the way he brags on you to his friends. I mean the way he brags on you to his mother. I mean, the way he brags on you to strangers at the barber shop, because a man in love wants the world to know. He is not hiding you. He is not keeping you a secret. He is not waiting for the right time to introduce you to his family. He is not still figuring things out. Baby, a man who is falling in love has figured it out. He has done the math. He has run the numbers. He has looked at his life and looked at you and made the decision. And now he is just executing every day, executing. Every day moving in your direction. Every day closing the distance. That is what love looks like in a man. Not confusion. Execution. Now let me tell you about another woman. Let's call her Tasha. Tasha had a good man, and she almost lost him because she couldn't recognize what she had. Tasha had been raised on drama. Her mama and daddy fought like cats and dogs. Every relationship she saw growing up was loud, chaotic, on again, off again. So when Tasha finally met a man who was calm, steady, and consistent, she got bored.
Right.
Bored. Because her nervous system had been trained to associate chaos with love. And peace felt like nothing to her. Peace felt like absence to her. So she started picking fights. She started testing him. She started pulling back, seeing if he would chase. She started stirring up drama, seeing if he would react. And this man, this good man, he did the wisest thing a man in love can do. He sat her down and said, "Baby, I'm not here to fight you. I'm here to love you. And if you keep looking for the fire, you're going to burn down the house." Tasha started crying because for the first time in her life, a man had told her the truth without leaving. He hadn't walked out. He hadn't shut down. He hadn't matched her chaos with his own. He had just told her the truth and stayed. Sister, when a man tells you the truth and stays, that is love. When a man sees you at your worst and still says, "I want you tomorrow," that is love. When a man could leave and doesn't, that is love. Because a man in love chooses you on the days when choosing you is inconvenient, uncomfortable, and hard. Anybody can love you on the good days. It doesn't take a man to love you when the wine is flowing and the vacation is booked and the sun is shining. It takes a man in love to love you when the bills are stacked, the baby is crying, the job just ended, and the whole world is on fire. That's when you find out. That's when the mask comes off. That's when love proves itself. Now here's another sign, and this one, oh sister, this one is going to make you shout. When a man is falling in love with you, he starts protecting you from himself. Read that again. He starts protecting you from himself. Because a good man in love knows that he is capable of hurting you even without meaning to. He knows his moods. He knows his stress. He knows his patterns. And instead of dumping all of that on you, he manages it. He goes to the gym when he's angry so he doesn't say something he can't take back. He calls his brother when he's frustrated so he doesn't come home and take it out on you. He takes a walk when he needs to think so he doesn't sit on the couch and give you the silent treatment. He is stewarding his own emotions because he understands that you are not his emotional dumping ground. You are his woman. And there is a difference. A woman who is loved is not a garbage can. She is a garden. And a man in love does not dump on the garden. He waters it. He tends to it. He kneels down and pulls the weeds out with his own hands because he knows the garden is where his life grows. And I want you to hear that because too many of you have been settling for men who dump their moods on you like you are the parking lot. Every bad day at work dumped on you. Every stress with his mama dumped on you. Every insecurity about his money dumped on you. And you thought that was love because at least he's opening up. No, sister, that is not love. That is emotional laziness dressed up in vulnerability's clothing. A man in love opens up to you, yes, but he does not empty on you. There is a difference. He shares, he does not offload. Now let me get into the next sign, because this one is subtle, but it is powerful. When a man is falling in love with you, he starts changing. Now, ladies, I know what you're thinking. You always told us we can't change a man, and I still say that. You cannot change a man, but a man in love will change himself, and you will not have to lift a finger. Because love is the one force in the universe that will make a grown man look in the mirror and go, I need to be better than this. He will start eating better because you deserve a man who's going to be around for the long haul. He will start saving money because he can't keep taking you to Applebee's forever. He will start reading books he never would have picked up. He will start listening to podcasts. He will start going to therapy if that's what it takes. He will start calling his mama more. He will start reaching out to his estranged father to make peace with the past. Because love, real love, doesn't just fill a man. It wakes him up. It shakes him. It makes him uncomfortable in the best possible way. Because he realizes that the man he has been is not the man you deserve, and he cannot stand the gap.